Welcome back to our special edition of AgweekTV as we look at grain marketing strategies for 2019. Now we're going to talk about the wheat market, supply and demand. Let's talk about acreage and exports and where we think we're going with that. Randy, I'm going to start with you once again.
Well, our acres are going to be down for 2019. We've already got 2/3 of the wheat in the U.S. is planted or tried to have been planted with the winter wheat crop, and it's going to fall a little less than one anticipated. So going forward, I think once we see where those acres numbers come out in January, I think that'll free up this market to try to go after to buy some spring wheat acres. So I think we got an idea where we're going to need to buy some. Hopefully we start seeing demand pick up. Black Sea seems to be going after all of our business. Even we're selling to Iraq. They're trying to get into Iraq's business. Now they've sent a boatload over to Saudi Arabia as a test to see if they'll start buying their wheat. So they're trying to completely dominate the wheat market at this point, but hopefully they start slowing down some of their exports and that can help us.
Fran, when does Russia get out of the export business?
I don't think they will.
Okay. So when do we see our exports pick up? Because we've been betting on the come on that for a while.
Right. And I want to separate out the wheat complex and winter wheat specifically from the spring wheat market. When you look at the S&Ds on the high protein milling quality wheats, we're sitting pretty tight right now. The Canadians had a good crop, but they have some quality issues, again, emphasizing the milling quality portion of it. So I think short term, the spring wheat market will have some potential, but we do need to pick up on the export sales. We've been lagging behind where we typically are at this time of year.
What do you see for fundamentals 19?
I agree with Randy. We've got customers that are still finishing up corn in Nebraska and Kansas, and that's going to mess up some of those winter wheat acres, and we're going to see that reflected. We're waiting for a little bit more of a pinch on basis and futures in spring wheat before we start selling some, and we're probably going to aggressively start on 19 when that opportunity comes, because we think it's going to come and go quick.
All right, you already started getting into marketing recommendations, so let's talk about Frayne. What is your advice?
Again, I'm looking for some pricing points and some rallies probably in that February time period, especially for old crop wheat. But I do expect or encourage people to do some new crop sales at that time as well. I don't have specific pricing points in mind, but I'm looking at a timing issue. And so if we see some rallies going on in that time, please take advantage of them.
And Randy, what are you helping your customers with marketing-wise?
Kind of agree with Frayne. I'm looking at a time frame and a price. I got a price in mind, but if we don't get there, I'll use the time frame. But I'm looking at hopefully we can get 30 to 40 cents pop out of this market and then start pricing. But definitely by the time we get into late spring, I think this acreage report will be the one that'll give us that pop, and it'll have to be soon after that.
Any last words, Luke?
Yeah, we're all waiting to see where acres come in, and like we said, the quality issues is something everyone's paying attention to on the milling side, and that'll hopefully be where the rest of our pop comes from.